Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And we do full-length car reviews each and every week. You've got to subscribe to find out that halfway through we stop for a segment called Questions, Coffee, and Cars. We've spun it off. We're at 127. How do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday morning I put a post out asking for questions. Once we gather our questions, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Hey guys, which would be your pick for CPO, Stelvio, Macan, or GLC? Looking for something 3 to 4 years old. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Macan.
Easy peasy.
That was easy.
Get
Yeah,
the
we love
S.
the Macan.
Except for if you need space. If you need back row space and cargo, it's tight. She's not big.
No.
But I would say that, yeah, you're going to pay more for a CPO'd Porsche than you will for the others. And I think that you're going to be happier.
Number 2 would be Stelvio for me.
Okay, and the other thing is, if you're going to get a Macan, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. From me to you. Don't get the base model 4-cylinder.
No.
Get the S or the GTS.
GTS.
If you can afford that. Now, if you can't, get the base model.
He's saying 3 to 4 years old.
Get
so
the
make
S.
the stretch. If you do the 4-year-old model, try and get the S or the GTS. When are you doing a review of the ID Buzz? Can't wait for it. Well, you know what? I'm really disappointed because I was looking forward to driving the ID Buzz, and we are sharing our review.
And we were invited.
And we're missing the drive event.
We're on another
drive event.
I saw on Facebook, Andrea, somebody posted a picture of the Halifax port.
Oh, yeah?
And they had them all lined up. So the ship has arrived. And
what we're hoping is we're going to reach out to Mark at Vancouver Volkswagen, and we're hoping he's going to have one in, and then we can take it and review it. But unfortunately, we are missing the drive event.
Can't be everywhere. It's just the two of us.
Yeah. We understand you have missed the Nissan Kicks 2025. Yes. That wasn't our fault, though. They canceled that trip on us. Then they rebooked.
And we were already on
something
something else.
On something else.
And now they're having another event. And we're also not available for that one.
No.
We're very popular. You got to book us in quickly and early, which they did for the original Kicks.
Yeah.
Bags packed, boarding pass printed, ready to go. Hello? Yeah, don't go to the airport.
I know.
It was so weird.
So this person does say, care to share your thoughts? Expensive? Question mark.
Well, I just want to say one thing. A lot of people, I remember when we went to the reveal at the New York Auto Show. It was New York, right?
New York.
Yeah, it was New York Auto Show. And we talked about it. And then, the pricing came out and people were like all down on it because the previous Kicks was actually one of the better cheap and cheerful runarounds. But they've made the Kicks bigger and it's filling 2 positions. They got rid of Qashqai, or the Rogue Sport, in the North American marketplace. So this is filling in for those 2 products, and they've added all-wheel drive. So the price reflects that.
And you have to remember, the Kicks better competes now with all of the subcompact vehicles like Seltos, Corolla Cross, Kona, all of them. So I actually think it has a good starting price. That front-wheel drive model is under 30,000 Canadian.
That's good.
And just over 28,500 in the U.S. That's a good price.
If you think about it, if you do the currency exchange, it's cheaper in Canada.
Yeah, but I always say...
I understand.
Americans are buying with American dollars. Canadians are buying with Canadian dollars. So yes, but yes, I get your point.
I'm buying with Canadian Tire money.
That takes forever, doesn't it?
I have a drawer full of this.
You get like 10 cents, 5 cents. You've earned, Andrea, you've earned 10 cents in Canadian Tire bucks.
A whole drawer full of that stuff. I don't know what to do with it. I could use it for insulation and stuff it in the walls.
Oh, no. Do you notice that they have a recycle bin there now? Or I think maybe you pass along your Canadian Tire bucks to others. I'm not sure, but there's a whole thing there.
Okay, for Americans, Canadian Tire is a major retailer It's kind of like our version. I don't think it has an equal in the United States. But
good.
you would get like a little. You get this real money. I'm going to take a picture of some and I'll put it up on the screen here. You get Canadian Tire
Looks
money,
like Monopoly money.
and then you can use it to cash it in.
Yeah.
This is ancient. This stuff.
Anyway, so the all-wheel drive model starts at under 32,000 in Canada and just over 23 in the US. So this is the thing. The SR Premium model, the top dog in Canada, is $38,000.
That's not bad.
Now, initially, that was supposed to be a package. Now in Canada, they're just listing it as the SR Premium. And that includes the Bose sound system, the 360 camera, 12.3-inch digital driver display, and Pro Pilot Assist. Now, you can add a sport package to this trim if you want for the wheels. In the US now, there is a package that you add to the top trim for almost $2,000 US, and it has all the extra features like heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, panoramic sunroof, and they're also charging for a spare tire in the US. I couldn't see that spare tire anymore on the Canadian site.
Right here, Drea. Right here.
Anyway, the all-wheel drive SR model starts at just over $27,500 in the
value.
US, and then add the package.
Yeah, but you know what?
Look,
This
it's
is
priced pretty well.
This is replacing Rogue Sport. It's a straddles between the old Kicks and the Rogue Sport or the Qashqai. So when you actually do the math on it, it's not that bad, and it's been a big hit for them. And the Qashqai was kind of orphaned. People loved the Kicks.
People
Better
really
name.
like the Kicks. I think it's priced competitively. You can buy a Kona for less, but the Seltos with the turbo engine is up at 42,000 Canadian for the top trim now. So it kind of falls in there. You know which one is the really good deal? Is actually the Corolla Cross Hybrid.
Yes.
Because
you can basically, for the same price, you're getting a hybrid.
Yeah.
And it gets great fuel economy.
Yeah.
Drives like a vanilla ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Not exciting, but does the job.
So we haven't driven the Kicks yet. Look forward to it. Will it have a sporty feel? That we can't tell you. Having spent so much time in your Cayennes, do you find the Crown Signia a bit too low getting in and out? More like an Audi all-road?
It's lower than an SUV, a classic SUV. I don't really think it feels much higher than a sedan. Andrea disagrees with me. I think getting in and out of it, it looks like a wagon to me.
Oh no, I find it much easier to get in and out of that than the Camry or let's say the Civic, in my
Civic
opinion.
is slam for sure.
But the Civic has 6.7 inches of ground clearance, which is the same as the Signia.
Exactly my point.
But easier to get in and out of the Signia. Not as, with an SUV like ours, you're going to step up into the vehicle. With the Signia, when I get in, I just step right across.
It's got wagon vibes written all over it.
It does.
For me. I totally think that.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Lincoln Navigator.
See, I love the way people are they doing that now?
Yeah.
They're at the questions.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Or
I
Chevy?
love that though. Lincoln
this is an easy
Navigator or Chevy Suburban.
3, 2, 1. Suburban.
The Chevy or the Lincoln Navigator.
Just wait a second. You just got to pause for a second, Andrea.
Okay.
Because this question's Coffee and Cars is going out.
After.
No.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, we're clear. Yeah, this one is. Oh. Okay, we drove the Suburban.
Think this through because we're going away.
The Suburban
is going out to. No, it's not.
This is after.
This is after.
Okay, so
it's
the Suburban, we drove it, but it's under embargo what we can actually say about it.
No, we can
but
say
now
it because it's to the 16th.
That's right. So
we
now
can.
we're doing all of this editing before we get on the plane.
Sorry,
so yes,
guys.
we can just forget that happened. We're going with Suburban. And what's the big difference between the Navigator and the Suburban, Andrea? What's under the hood?
Oh, a diesel is available. And also a couple V8s as well. If you want. But the Navigator is really tuned for comfort, super soft suspension. I don't even think the turning radius is that great on the Navigator. Suburban, on the other hand, wow, that thing is a big boy. It's a beast on the road, and I can turn it on a dime.
Yeah, so the one we had was the High Country top spec with the High Country interior with the nice tan and real wood, or they say it's real wood, but it could
They
be.
said it's real wood for
Anyway.
the first time in a high country.
First time in a High Country, real
Yeah.
wood. And we had the diesel, and that's the one I would get, Andrea. The 6.2 liter V8, man, that thing hustles. And it is impressive, that engine. But the diesel will use almost half as much fuel as the 6.2.
And this is a new diesel powertrain. It's the second generation for GM. We think it's really great. If you're looking more for performance, then we would say get the 6.2 liter V8. But, you know, there aren't any diesels around anymore for these full-size SUVs. So I think it's just terrific that Chevrolet is offering a diesel.
So what's interesting is, because you're talking about Lincoln, Cadillac with Escalade has decided for 2025 to drop the diesel. And it was only 5% of the mix that people would buy the diesel. And probably that 5% were probably all limos, limo companies. But the interesting thing is we found out that Tahoe and Suburban combined in Canada, it's 35% of people, they're the smart ones, get the diesel. So the fact that they offer diesel, it's got a new diesel with even better power and torque. It's a bit of a no-brainer for such a big vehicle. We're sitting in a diesel vehicle, so we're all in on that.
10% more horsepower in this new generation and an extra 7.6%. Pound-feet of torque.
More torque's better.
It's really good. It's really good. If you guys were to pick your favorite mainstream 3-row SUV, what would it be?
Mainstream. So we're going to take premium and luxury
Only
out of it.
non-luxury.
Oh, well, that's easy.
So should we do 3, 2, 1?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Grand
Traverse.
Highlander. Grand Highlander.
Chevy Traverse. I think there's so much value with the Chevy Traverse.
Okay, so are we just talking about which one we think is the best or the one that we would buy?
I don't know. What's your favorite?
I think the Grand Highlander.
Would you buy the Grand Highlander over the Chevy Traverse?
Yeah, I think so.
I would buy
I like the base model turbo. I like the 2.4 gas, the XLE, or the hybrid of the Grand Highlander.
Okay, so for me with the Grand Highlander, I would buy the Hybrid Max. I don't love the interior of the base model Grand Highlander. Whereas
you've made that very clear over the last little while, Andrea.
Just my opinion. Whereas the Chevrolet Traverse, the interior, it comes just with so much standard equipment. There's just so much value there. So it really comes down to budget for me.
Okay, we're not going to tell you anything because you got to wait for Christmas morning. It's like opening your presents from under the tree.
Yeah.
We're chatting already about our top 10 list of vehicles. It's coming. It's just a couple of months away. And we're going to do our top 10 vehicles that are new or heavily updated that we drove in the calendar year 2024.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that.
And also stick around for our top 5s. I love the end of the year because we do top 5s and we do our top 10. And it's just so fun. And I know a lot of you like it because you get one video and it's all summed up in a nutshell for you. So keep an eye out. Now, our first one up is going to be our top 5 non-luxury compact SUVs.
That was actually on the weekend because now that we figured out when this one's going out, it's going out. It came out on Saturday.
So if you haven't watched
watch it.
Make sure you watch it.
I'm giving you a little hint, by the way. The reason I bring it up is because I'm giving you a little hint about our top 10 and what might be on there. Okay, next question.
And I just also want to say, it's okay if you don't agree with us on all of our picks. We always like to hear from you. And that's why we say type below and tell us what you picked.
Well, we don't always agree. And then Andrea and I, we end up wrestling. And then whoever wins.
The wrestling is super fun.
And then that's our
Which
pick.
might be a great video all on its own.
That would be good.
The wrestling, right? Hey there, absolutely love your show and have never missed an episode. Thank you. Your thoughts on the electrified Dodge Charger? Will you get a chance to drive it in the near future?
Oh, I just watched an amazing little mini. It's not a documentary. It's like a 15, 20-minute segment. CNBC, the business channel, they do amazing videos on this stuff, on the auto stuff. They have a really good job. And they talk about all the trouble at Stellantis.
Yeah.
And the trouble that Stellantis is in. and the dealers are not happy. Dealer morale is low, company morale is low, and there's way too much focus on their electrification. In the next couple of years, they're going to be introducing all of these EVs, and a lot of the dealers are like, that's not what we're looking for. And I would, like, just think about it. Okay, you're going to take a flyer on maybe your first ever EV, Andrea. Are you going to pick one from Dodge or Chrysler?
No. Okay, first off, look, the vehicle looks cool. It looks cool. I don't have any problem with the way it looks. It has an over 100 kilowatt hour battery. That's a big battery. It has almost 500 horsepower and I think 403 pound-feet of torque. I don't see any pricing online yet. I don't think it's been announced yet. Certainly isn't online, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. I think more people would have bought the gas model.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think for the problem is all of these plans were put in place when 2-3 years ago everybody's like, let's go, we're all gonna go EV. And now fast forward 2-3 years and now everybody, all of the other brands are like, we gotta go hybrid. So they might be kind of stuck where they've gone down that road and they can't really pivot.
Yeah.
The thing is, they have the plug-in technology in Pacifica, which they should be refining and working on and maybe making that available in more products.
Tenali. I mean, they could do something. They've got a Tenali plug-in hybrid.
But the Tenali is a turd.
It's a
not
turd.
good.
No.
It is not a good
no
car.
One is,
and no one's
the
buying it.
sales aren't there on that either.
Do you know that this was part of the video? So all you have to do is like type in CNBC and then you can put in Stellantis and it'll probably pop up. The Tenali is the vehicle that sits on the dealerships the longest of any nameplate in America.
Well,
that's not a good place to be.
And we weren't impressed with the Alfa Romeo version of
all.
it either. Love the show. After going for test drives on all compact SUVs, the CRV Escape, I ended up going for a Camry. I just found the car seating position plain more comfortable.
Yeah.
Is it true for everyone?
Well, it's funny because in the last questions, Coffee and Cars, somebody asked us, what are we missing out on? And I said, you're missing out on a sedan. Did you watch the last video? That's good for you because I agree with you. I think people are rushing into SUVs too much. Get a sedan.
First off, I'm surprised to hear that you think that the Camry seats are more comfortable than the Ford Escape.
Well, those are good seats though.
Those are great seats.
Ford does some good seats.
CRV, okay, I could understand that. Camry seats are comfortable. Is it just, are you talking about getting in and out of the car? Or are you actually talking about the comfort level of the seats or the seating position?
I think it's the seating
vehicle?
position. When you're in a sedan, you're sitting a little bit lower. The dash is a little bit lower. It's that classic car-like feel. And if you're doing long drives, I think I can get it. Okay, here's a perfect example. If I was going to do a long cross-country bomber in any car I could choose, any car I could choose, I was going to go from Vancouver to Florida.
Yes.
Drea and Zach in the car, stopping here and there, doing some long days, 5-6 hours in the car. I would pick the Porsche Panamera GTS.
That's comfortable.
And that is a sedan. But I tell you what, that is comfortable. It's a sedan.
I mean, if we're going to stick with Porsche, I find this Cayenne super comfortable.
I'm with you. But I think I would pick a Panamera.
Panamera is...
It is not a Camry.
It's good.
But I get it. I understand.
I get it too. I get it too. However, there are older people with mobility issues that will
not
find...
for them.
An SUV is better.
Now, speaking of fun videos, Andrea, that would be a good video. Getting people with bad backs in and out of a Panamera. That would be a good video too.
Yeah.
That and the wrestling. All right, last question.
Okay.
We're just running out of time.
Okay. Our cars are still in good working order, but we want to get a hybrid SUV. Any hot tips on upcoming hybrids, especially in the subcompact and compact SUV category?
There's not a lot in the subcompact space. You've got Corolla Cross. That's kind of it, isn't it?
Subcompact, yeah. So what do we have coming up? CX-50 hybrids coming.
That's from Mazda.
Forester hybrid is coming next year. And then that's really it. There are also Subaru Canada confirmed that an Outback hybrid is also coming, but they didn't say when. The Forester will come first. But those
So
are
wait
the
a second.
only
So
ones that I
Forester,
really know
Outback,
of.
and the CX-50.
Maybe HRV hybrid,
Yeah.
but
Well,
that's not confirmed from Honda.
yeah. So unfortunately, if you want to go subcompact, you're into the Corolla Cross Hybrid, which is a fine product. It's actually a very good product. And then when you get into the compacts, then you've got Escape, you've got RAV4, and you've got CRV. Those are the three main players for just straight hybrids.
So
And
just wondering any new ones coming.
yeah, nothing really except for the ones that Andrea mentioned. But those are all good products, and we're going to be driving the CX-50 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And the Forester is going to be next year when it comes.
Yeah, next year. And then, of course, there's going to be a new RAV4 coming, too. So
Yes.
that will be a hybrid and a
That's-
plug-in hybrid. We don't actually think there'll be a gas model in that. It'll just be hybrid and plug-in hybrid. And they changed it. The press release changed from Prime now to plug-in hybrid.
Yeah, people don't know what Prime means. We do because we cover it all the
Yeah.
time, but they got rid of Prime. So if you're not in a rush and you're still doing the shopping part, you might want to wait a year because the new RAV4 will be coming out, we think, it's not confirmed, end of 2025 as a 2026 model. And that is the granddaddy, the big dog hybrid SUV, and is really the one to beat. So you might want to wait on that.
And also rumors, Telluride and Palisade and Genesis models, hybrids are coming as well, but
They're not
nothing
subcompact.
truly but compact. Oh, right. No, that's
subcompact.
that's mid-size.
Yeah.
But new ones coming. Maybe Genesis though. There might be a compact SUV that's a
I
hybrid.
would love it for HRV, for the Honda HRV,
Same.
to take the same Civic hybrid system and put that in there, make it all-wheel drive, and then sell it for a good price. That ain't going to happen.
Good price in Honda.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to get a question and follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday morning, I put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather our questions, the post is deleted and we start the show.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.